Amiibo fight, the streamer with the spark, bringing joy and laughter to our hearts. With the controller in hand, ready to play, entertaining us all every single day. Oh, Amiibo fight, you're the star of the screen, streaming games and living out your dream. From Mario Kart to Smash Bros. Fights, you light up our lives with your gaming nights. Oh, Amiibo fight, you're the star of the screen, streaming games and living out your dream. From Mario Kart to Smash Bros. Fights, you light up our lives with your gaming nights. From the first hello to the final goodbye, you create a community that's hard to deny. With your quick reflexes and witty remarks, you built a following that spans the dark. Oh, Amiibo fight, you're the star of the screen, streaming games and living out your dream. From Mario Kart to Smash Bros. Fights, you light up our lives with your gaming nights. Through the ups and downs, you never sway. With each victory and loss, you still slay. You've created a family, a virtual crew, supporting each other, always staying true. Oh, Amiibo fight, you're the star of the screen, streaming games and living out your dream. From Mario Kart to Smash Bros. Fights, you light up our lives with your gaming nights. In this digital realm, we all unite, as Amiibo fight takes us on a gaming flight. With every stream, the fun is never done. Thank you, Amiibo fight, for making it all so fun. Yeah.
Ooh, Amiibo fight, you're the star of the. Oh, hello. Welcome in, everybody. This is Michael Purgatorio coming to you guys live for a day, not a debut, excuse me, return episode of Amiibotalk. And also see we got Pat's Patch Gaming hopping into chat right now. What's up, Pat's Patch? Hi. Hello. Um, I just want to make it clear we are here to talk about Amiibo and nothing more, nothing less. Anything that transpired last. Let's face it, anything that transpired over the past year or so, we ain't talking about it. Unless Kamala Harris trained a Waluigi amiibo, then I feel obligated to talk about that, but I don't think that's what happened. So a lot of stuff here we're going through here today, guys, because we got some news to report, not just here in the Amiibo fight realm, but all of the Amiibo community. All the Amiibo community, which there is more than one server that's considered the community. Thank you. Uh, Also seeing Dead Skulls in the chat. What's up, Skulls? Always a W to see you here, brother. By the way, guys, I think yeah, at this point, you're too late here for the raid boss submissions, but I hope everybody did sign up for raid boss. That'll be happening at 8 p.m. Central Time later. But let's go ahead and just talk about what's going on in the community before we go to restock report. What's going on in the community? We actually got some pretty cool tournaments being thrown into USAC. What I really like about these is not only are they being ran by some cool people such as Gold. In fact, Crunchy. Um, I see that comment. Also, a trainer named Crunchy who's actually celebrating, I guess, 1 year in being an amiibo. So I don't have my wine with me for Amiibotalk, but if I did, definitely raise one on that. That's always a cool achievement. Um, Give it a few more years, you'll really see the politicking here. JK. We're not talking politics. We're not talking politics. But as far as just those two tournaments, guys, I also really enjoy them because right now, not only are people being pinged for the results, which I know is what people really like to be done. I don't know if maybe this was tricky with the Jata. I hope I'm saying that right, by the way. But long story short, I'm glad to see people being pinged again for results because that's what really makes people more interested in Amiibo. It does. I know it sounds silly because it's such a small thing, but it's true. It's true. Uh, Also, another thing about one of these tournaments, particularly Golds, that is called Fortnite 2. Listen, Mike Ganondorf is good, but he is not 2-0 a DDD kind of good. I don't know what happened there, but regardless, I think that was Net Easy, good game, and yeah, hoping to see more from Net Easy. Um, Other than that, guys, as far as what's going on in more the Amiibo fight realm, or actually, you know what? I should pump the brakes on Amiibo fight for a moment because the Amiibots server, or really just Amiibots in general, whatever the hell you want to call it, because they are arguably maybe more the mainstream kind of part of the meta here. But long story short, Untitled, the mastermind, the puppeteer, the whatever you want to call him, the god of Amiibots. Let's go with that one. Welcomed in his third child to the world. That is something I would love to report on because it's positive and it's to my understanding everything went okay with the birthing. So Untitled, prayers up and congratulations on your third child into the world. Um, Hoping we actually get Untitled on the show here. This way we get to ask him why do my amiibo get so many dittos. No, I'm not gonna ask him that, but I'm sure that would be a question that would clog our chat. Why do my amiibo get dittos? And I would imagine it's a random sort of thing, but we could get more information on that later on. And I've also talked to Untitled. He does have a lot of work to do when it comes to improving Amiibots, so stay tuned for that. But going back to Amiibo Fight, guys, we have not one, not two, but three tournaments next week. That is arguably some of the most tournaments we've ran in this short amount of time. I do actually remember running three tournaments in one day, and I'm never doing that again. I had fun. I had fun. It was just, oh my god, this is time consuming. So yeah, like my whole day was just shot. So do one tournament this day, do a tournament this day, and I still got time to do my laundry. So I think this is a more than fair compromise. Yeah, I that's a question I think a lot of people would like to ask Nightmare. Nightmare asking, why do my amiibo end up in a loop fighting the same amiibo repeatedly? Um, I would say that's just a RNG thing, but considering there are more trainers and more amiibo, that's actually a very fair question, I feel. But going into more stuff for Amiibo Fight, guys, I haven't officially announced this before in Arena, but Blitzkrieg tournament is going to be a thing. It will make a comeback here later this month. I'm thinking the 25th. That is not set in stone yet, but you guys don't need to be there. So how it's running this year, guys, is that there will still be a Team Shid team. There will still be a Team Visual team. There will still be a Team Amiibo Fight team. And then there's going to be a mystery team comprised of another server on, well, basically a team of four amiibo. And for those who have never seen our Blitzkrieg tournament from last year, Basically, we get 4 amiibos. So you got one, two. Yeah, we'll go with you. And you know what? Nightmares here. We're gonna go with a Corin. So we get these 4 amiibo, and let's pretend they're vanilla for a minute. And they're going to battle 4 other amiibo in a best of 7 series with items on any stage eligible. Chaos. It's chaos. But you know what? It's fun chaos. And I think we really somewhat changed the game a little bit with this last year. And I'd really like to see more and more people participating. So if you and 3 friends want to go ahead and get together and put together a team, just DM me and we'll talk about it. I mean, the bracket may end up a little uneven, but I will fix that. That is fine. So that is probably going to be for the 25th of this month, guys. So make sure to go ahead and mark your calendar now. Um, Also trying, and I am emphasizing the trying to fit one more tournament into our very busy month of November. That is going to be on the 18th. And I want this to be a co host event because somebody did suggest this tournament to me. I just still have to reach out to them in regards to that and try and get everything finalized. And yes, there's going to be a gimmick, but it's not going to be stamina. It's not going to take place on ones. It's pretty simplistic as far as a gimmick goes. So don't worry, don't worry. Um, yes, the Corrin and the Wario are very cool. Which, by the way, guys, I really should have opened up with this, but happy Fammy Damami Day. It's been a year now since Fammy Damami did announce his retirement from Amiibo. And I, was sad, but at the same time, I know we all gotta move on to new things at some point. Even myself will do it one day. But I really just want to take the time to say thank you to Fammy to Mammy for him contributing Heatwave Havoc over the summer. I think that was a really cool tournament series. I regret not participating in one of those. I was just so busy running our own stuff. But anywho, Fammy to Mammy, a really cool guy. In fact, guys, later tonight, I'm hoping to go ahead and present to you our VODs channel with one of the first VODs being Amiibotalk with us having Fammy to Mammy on. We did a one-on-one interview with him, and it was really cool. We got to learn a lot about Fammy and how he got into Amiibo, as well as just Fammy as an individual when he's not Amiiboing. Also getting pretty good with PvP, if I'm not mistaken. Little Mac, if I'm not mistaken. So happy Fammy to Mammy Gate. Try that again. Happy Fammy to Mammy Day, guys, and I really hope you take the time to train an amiibo, but also hope you guys take the time to maybe reflect on some cool memories with Fammy. He's a really cool guy. Um, Getting back though to Amiibo Fight and our upcoming stuff, we will also have in December past versus present. What that means is if you were, let's say for example, the 22 to 23 items off trainer of the year, that's me. How you doing? You'll be battling the 23 to 24 season trainer of the year, and that would be Doveman. So that's just one example of a 5v5 that we're going to have going on. Actually hoping to do that in one day for YouTube, but I don't exactly have a date set in stone, but it will be sometime in December. So for those that did participate either last year's trainer of the year or this year's trainer of the year, make sure make sure your amiibo are ready to go. Other than that, though, guys, we will also be continuing our Thanks for 600 Followers tournament series soon. I was hoping to actually do it sometime this month, but our November is just getting more and more clogged up with other stuff. One of those things actually being the 3-year anniversary affiliate anniversary tournaments that will be next week. So that was a big chunk of it. But we still have one more tournament for that series, guys, and it is going to be Spirited, and it looks like an A plus and lower tournament style it will be. Now, I also just want to remind you guys we have 2 new tier lists on the way. These are actually tier lists since, well, we've gone through our entire tier list once for both Vanilla and Spirited. That we will be seeing our results from these tournaments really applied to a tier list setting. So I just want to say, guys, that this is just us doing our best to keep everything in Amiibo Fight's hands, but sometimes it's kind of hard to do with everything going on in other servers as well. But the Amiibo Fight tier list that we'll be releasing hopefully this weekend will be vanilla, and the official bin file tier list that we will use for every bin file 1v1. That'll be the same for Spirited as well. We are, uh, when you think about it, we're basically done with the vanilla one because we just got to look at C tier. D plus and D is kind of easy. U and S tier very easy. Then we just got to go through A plus and A. That'll be some discussions. But anywho, that is coming very soon, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And I'm hoping to also drop submission apps for all our tournaments here that are coming up. But you can now sign up for the arena tournament that is Spirited A tier and lower, happening Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time in our Discord now. All you got to do for this one, go to Spirit Tour signups and just drop your name there, and you is good to go. Good to go. But definitely stay tuned though, guys, and I will make sure to at least drop one submission app for our tournament that's coming up sometime soon. In fact, I probably gotta close up that poll here that we have in Discord. Other than that, guys, we are gonna go through the restock report. Not a whole lot we really have. Again, this is all coming from Amiibo News on X, so make sure to go ahead and drop them the follow, retweet them, whatever you people do in that goddamn cesspool of social media. You know it's true. Terry, though, $15.99 at Amazon. That is nothing to sneeze at, especially when we look at Amazon, and that should be there in a day or two, maybe a day or two. Best Buy, though, is starting to have a massive selection of Amiibo available or even up for pre-order now. I'm just going to let you guys know this is not really Smash Brothers stuff or Smash Fighter Amiibo, really. This is like Koopa, Goomba, Bua. Actually, there's no A at the end of that one, but that would have kept the alliteration going. So just food for thought there. I do also see. I think they got the Wolf Link amiibo, so that would translate into a link if I'm not mistaken. I don't think you get the spirit just for that one. But also taking a look now, guys. Lucas is down to $8 via Art Swift amiibo. $6 without box, and yeah, I do also see they have Ness available there. So Art Swift, damn, putting in that work. Oh yeah, by the way, the Boo Amiibo does glow in the dark. Just an FYI. Just an FYI. But yeah, other than them talking more and more about Amiibo at Best Buy, that's pretty much the restock report here. And if you want some fun Amiibo just for display, especially I am still going back and forth on whether or not I should get that Boo Amiibo just because he glows in the dark. That's kind of cool. So I will consider it. I will consider it. Right now, though, guys, we're going to be doing something a little bit new. We are going to go through something known as Amiibo Fight or Amiibotalk X's and O's. What that really is we show you the do's and don'ts in Amiibots matches. And before anyone says anything, yes, I did reach out to Untitled. He has given me absolute permission over the content I'm about to show. It's not like I'm making money on this content since I'm on YouTube, but anywho. I like the My Matches on the laptop and the PC better than the mobile. It just looks more spread out, looks nicer. I like it. But this is pretty much my standings here, guys, and I am going to just update you guys. I did go to the tier 2 subscription part. Um, more games, especially now that it's only one stream, so and I did want to upgrade for quite a while. But we're gonna just take a look at some matches here, guys, and I'm gonna do my best to not just look at, my wins. Let's also look at some L's here too. I do see some people in the community that I already, I want to talk about some of these. In fact, we're gonna be looking at PJ to Plant basically for the rest of this X's and O's segment. Mostly because not only has PJ to Plant he's our most recent entry into the Amiibo Fight Hall of Fame. Not only is he kind of regarded as one of my people's champions for the stream, But he's just a very interesting amiibo, and I want to just take a minute to talk about PJ DePlan and his upbringing here. So, um, for the probably everyone, I mean, I don't think anyone was around when I was just recording arenas or just even just putting up an arena for the hell of it. But PJ DePlant was actually just a one support slot, one primary spirit kind of an amiibo. His only one was down special up, and he never fucking used it. So that did a lot. But the training aspect was very different, and I say that mostly because I would play as Piranha Plant, but then I would play as Luigi. Then I would put him against my K Rule amiibo, and this is all with learning still on. Then it got a little more complex, and we started putting them in 2v2s, 3v3s, items on matches, all these kind of weird things we just threw right at him. We just threw him into the danger zone. So he's a very unique amiibo. And one thing that we did talk about, I think it was earlier this year, were the targeting values weaken, advantage, revenge. So a lot of people will say has no meaning on amiibo in 1v1. This is just strictly for 2v2s and free for alls. PGX, Hector, and I are kind of challenging that, and we're actually finding a lot of data that kind of suggests to us the weaken fighter value is the one that kind of makes your amiibo, well, it kind of makes them dumb. We've kind of seen that lower weaken fighter value does actually provide some better decision making. And again, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt here, but at the same time, this is what we're testing right now, and it's looking pretty good. But we're going to take a look at PJ DePlant, and the first match I want to start off with is Funshine, not just because it's a W, but just because Doveman and I always have super close, super fun matches with one another. He's definitely in my top 5 of trainers I like to go against in the Amiibo fight arena. But let's go ahead and see what we got here. Yeah, I don't want it too loud, but all right, so Funshine, guys, as you can see, critical health attack up, physical attack up, and, it's close to 2100, 2100. Also, just let me know if the sound is a little overbearing. It sounds okay for me, but, for headphones users as much. And we see PJ just taking off like a house of fire. He's doing everything right that really an amiibo should be doing, but now we see Funshine getting a little more aggressive with it. And that's a great forward smash right there from Funshine. Yeah, it doesn't do that thing. I wanted to... Hold on. Okay. Now it's got the thing. Sorry. I'm going to be pausing the video here and there, guys. In fact, I kind of just lost my train of thought trying to figure that out, so let's just keep moving. But I like the grabs, and I like that he's always consistently going for forward aerial, PJ DePlant. See, that's not a bad landing option because it's a multi-hit, and it made PJ just kind of switch up and just ran right into that forward smash. So 3-2 right now. Funshine's got a lead. And nice parry. That's, again, another thing that we preach heavily here in Amiibo is just be parry heavy. And that is going to be 2-2. So that is a great parry by PJ, forward tilt. And we got 4.5 minutes left, but a lot of aggressiveness from Funshine. I like that from him, whereas PJ DePlant, he's just trying to game plan. He's trying to approach the safest way possible, but also taking his opponent by surprise, and nice grapple there. And PJ DePlant does actually get the lead here. It's a very close matchup, though, and like I said, this is usually Doveman and I going against each other. It's usually a really close matchup, no matter who we got. And yeah, that's case in point here. And I was just about to call out, PJ does sometimes go for those up airs pretty well, or he'll just turn it into a neutral air like you just saw right there. Yeah, I don't know much about Banjo, but I feel like maybe if he did more back throw, forward throw even, we could see some cooler stuff from Funshine. Side special into shield though, and that's a good quality to still have is shield. Parrying is good. Shield can also be considered broken. Oh! Yeah, that definitely caught me by surprise as well as the opponent, and it's over. All right. Well, I mean, that was just some of the better qualities from our guy PJ to Plant, and of course, good game to Doveman and his Baron Bird. But really, just the thing about PJ that you guys probably saw is that he doesn't act like an amiibo sometimes. We have the joke amiibo dumb on Splice, amiibo trash here in amiibo fight, but all in all, I would say that he's just a little smarter than your average amiibo. I'm hoping I can actually pull up. I want to be able to pull up Bint right now and actually see more about his Revenge Advantage Weekend Fighter here. But long story short, you guys really saw that PJ DePlant knew when to try and juggle and when to just try and when to try and just kind of say, hey, I don't want to engage that, so to speak. Um, yeah, sorry, I'm trying to do three things at once, but yeah, so we talked a little bit about Revenge, Weaken, Jab, or I'm sorry, Advantage, Weaken, Revenge. So this is something that does kind of go against what I said earlier, is that his Weaken Fighter is actually at 59. Whereas the advantage 17, revenge is at 8. So this is the one thing that's an oddball about PJ that I was trying to make a point about earlier. But if you guys do go into Amiibo, do we put that in? Gosh, I forget where we put that at. um, it was definitely not tips and tricks. I want to say maybe testing and personals. But we put up a image there that really Amiibo research. That's where it was. Okay, yeah. If you guys do check out our Discord, Amiibo research, and it's a little bit of a scroll here. It is, but so we're really looking, or at least this is what we were looking at about a year ago with Advantage Weekend Revenge. Revenge related to jumping, i.e., being grounded or in the air. 0 or closer to 0 more aggressive and handles shield less. And 100 more defensive and handles shield very well. So a lot of the things here, we're still not seeing a lot of consistency in PJ to Plant. This is why I'm taking the time to take a look at these three faint values and see how much they're still adding up to what we had before. I do want to look at Weaken though, and the Weaken says 0 more aggressive and in the face but causes less rolling, and 100 more defensive and patient but causes more rolling. So we saw a little bit of rolling from PJ, but we did see defensiveness and definitely some patience. So definitely something we're going to keep in mind here as we roll along here. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at an L from PJ to Plant. Let me get back to my menu. In fact, you know what? We're going to take a look at an L from our good friend Splat Dude. Regret. So here I really want to try and just point out all the quote unquote inconsistencies, both as an amiibo, but also from what we had pulled up in amiibo training tips and tricks. Or, sorry, amiibo research. We totally don't have too many channels. All right, so it's to my understanding the Bowser plant match. I want to say that goes more in the favor of the Bowser, and you're gonna kind of see why. But nice down special executed by that Bowser amiibo. I don't care if it's amiibo play, PvP play. Always love seeing that move. It's a cool animation, and just the fact that it just kind of clips you on the beginning of it, that does well. Uh, Big KO though to PJ to Plant. He's really just getting overwhelmed by how big Regret is, and also these down specials. By the way, well, nice up air here from PJ to Plant, and a hell of a parry and into down smash. That is Plant bread and butter right there. If you guys do ever train a Piranha Plant amiibo, don't go for the forward smash out of parry. I wouldn't even go for the up smash really. Go for that down smash. It's quick. It's got launch power. It's fairly similar to teaching your Mario or Dr. Mario down smash. But let's keep going here. And we're seeing Regret get very forward smashy, but you did see the roll from PJ, and we talked about that, and it cost him a stock. And one thing I do like about PJ here is that he is still using special moves, but he's not using them too much. And great up throw by PJ to Plant. Neutral air by PJ to Plant. See, that multi-hit does pay dividends because not only is it doing damage, but can also set up for some really cool shit on this battlefield stage. Great parry. Down smash. There you go. So it's a much closer game. We're going to see what happens to where PJ kind of fumbles here. That was close. And yeah, a simple forward smash, it's over. So really, I feel that PJ. In fact, I'll give him the name up here. Uh, Something that I feel PJ to Plant could have done better of would be defense. And just going back to that amiibo research part here, so we saw that he really wasn't as defensive this time, but he did, I feel, handle shield pretty well. So it's really coming to my understanding that what we knew about amiibo research as far as the advantage, weaken, and revenge, at least in this amiibo alone, it's not as accurate as we thought it was going to be. But as far as weekend goes, it's still high here on PJ to Plant, and for the most part, still making good decisions. However, I really would like to see what would happen if we took this particular Piranha Plant amiibo, put the weekend at absolute zero, and see if there was maybe some better decision making that we're not seeing. As far as this matchup, it was just really more defense. That's all I could really say here for PJ to Plant because everything he did offensively I thought was just very good. We're gonna take a look at one more though, and we're gonna still gonna have PJ. I want it to be an L. I'd like to keep it in the community. If not, that is what it is. Ooh. You know what? I could go either way here. I could go with PGX's Ivany for the Ditto or the IRS Alexander Agni. Um, you know what? I'm gonna leave it up to chat. What do you want to see? PJ versus another plant or PJ versus a freaking Kazuya? Because if we do the plant ditto, I think it could be a little more informational for you guys. But the Kazuya one, it's like, okay, well, that's Kazuya. I don't know how you're gonna really counter that. No, Nightmare says ditto. I think that's a good choice. So we're gonna go with PJ to Plant versus Ivany. I've already seen this one by the way, and It is a really good Piranha Plant amiibo. It, it kind of threw me off guard because I thought PGX Mewtwo didn't really do spirited stuff, so this is kind of crazy. Minus 2100, 2100. His was close to that. In fact, yeah, I just want to go back. So he's got physical attack and KO's heal damage. Um, this is really the first time I had seen Ivany, but the fact that he was made by PGX Mewtwo, I knew this was going to be a battle. So we see PJ getting a good start, grapple, and then he just follows up with that forward aerial. And you guys see he does that pretty much every time. There's not a whole lot of times he's not going to go for it. And we got some good ground game here from PJ, kind of making Ivany a little scattered here, a little scared, if you will. And big up smash. That is enough to PJ to plant. So that little extra attack, and I don't quote me, it looked. We can actually go back on that because it looked like a slight charge. Eh, it was like 1.5. So I really don't see it as a charge. But that little bit, but also that little bit of extra attack, I think, is what really helped in that. And that is going to be 2-2. That is the power of down special up here, people. So I know it was very unorthodox. I probably wouldn't do it again, but it does help. In fact, if the plants were reversed right there, very possible we could have seen an early death. Nah, JK. I'm just saying, with also the damage, it would have been closer, but I don't think maybe an early death. But it definitely would have threw off Ivany, and PJ DePlant definitely could have capitalized more on that. But Ivany, as you can see, starting to be more like a plant. He's going for down tilt. He's going for side special. That's honestly something I wish my plant did a little more of. Would probably be a little more down tilt. I see Nightmare's comment, and I don't think PJ DePlant has word over who he gets to fight. Oh, okay, so that's a double hit there, and yeah, I forgot about that one. Ivany does get a stock from that. PJ though trying to get back into the matchup, but it's weird. It's like Ivany kind of saw what PJ was doing, and now he's starting to do it. Just a little later on in the matchup. And that's actually something you don't see from a lot of Amiibo. I'm gonna replay that, by the way. So he dashes across stage just for the grapple. Normally, when I see an Amiibo dash, he's going for a dash attack, maybe some other tilt attack. Very unlikely, but the fact he just ran up for the grab, that's pretty big brained right there. Yeah, it did not involve PJ to plan. I think that was Terry and my Terry Amiibo and your Byleth Amiibo. Yeah, I don't need to really go into detail who won that one, but that's that's going to be the downfall of PJ to plant. In fact, I want to go back a little bit. So we see PJ go for his patented down throw into forward aerial, but we see him rolling. And again, it feels like the rolls kind of led to that moment. So the rolls definitely not helping out PJ to plant looking back at this tape. And again, there's still a lot more to be done and really shown as far as advantage, weaken, and revenge. I also know that we are still looking at. Actually, I'm going to close this real quick. We are still looking at neutral attack stuff here, both Gentleman Jab and the Rapid Jab. I mean, right now we're more focusing on just Gentleman Jab, but for right now, guys, just advantage, weaken, revenge. It does have some kind of an effect. We just don't have a spitting image of an answer here for you. Plus, You would also have to keep in mind different kinds of move feint values that would probably be affecting the behavior as well. But we're going to keep looking at that. Definitely going to keep looking as best we can. In fact, I at least have more amiibo that can really showcase those kind of feint values. But that is actually going to wrap it up for us here on Amiibo Talk. I do also want to just go ahead and say thank you to everybody who's joining us tonight, and we're going to probably see you guys in 2 hours, just 2 hours, hopefully, prayfully, for the Raid Boss Arena. I don't know who's actually signed up yet, but I'm very curious to see who it'll be. So, in the meantime, deuces, and thank you for watching Amiibo Talk.